Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work.
That means we should get started. So what's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined here by 2 out of 3 misfits. Oh, here comes a third misfit.
Is he coming? There he comes.
He's making his way downtown, walking fast. Do 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 do.
See, he's got his hand raised. Does that mean, Sheep, could you not join manually either?
I'm on my phone.
I wonder if it's because I wonder if it's because I hit do the normal Archons Corner event as opposed to like I normally just start one. That's neither here nor there.
Remove my
I didn't.
My powers.
I just got home from my drive back from Columbus, and I'm sick. So I won't be here long.
Well, let's get through it quick then. Wednesday night, we all go up. At least we all went up Wednesday night, right?
Hello, KeyForge community. Glad to be here.
Yeah. There's people here. You got the Drasbor himself, Drasbor.
Hey guys.
You got
we've only been doing this for years. You got the Ewok. He does stuff. Ewok Jr.
No,
Hello,
you forgot
KeyForge.
his introduction already?
You did miss this. I mean, we have to start over now.
Oh God, fine. All right. We've got the Drascore himself, Drascore.
Hey guys, how's it going?
The Ewokiest of Ewoks, Ewok
No, that's
Jr.
not Ewoks.
Oh, I forgot.
Better, Wookie.
I totally forgot. What are you? You're the Minnesota Deuces.
Not Deuces. He's just the Minnesota Deuce.
Oh, the Minnesota Deuce. That's right. I totally forgot about that one. That was the Minnesota Deuce himself, Ewok Jr.
Hello, KeyForge community. Glad to have this new term.
The PhD of KeyForge, Dr. M. Sheep.
Hello.
I totally forgot about the Minnesota Deuce.
And everyone else who's not even good enough to be a deuce got it. That's the rest.
At least you're a deuce.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good thing with this group.
The only deuce I was Owen Deuce on day one.
You were Owen Deuce. I agree with that.
Because of my poopy decks. But anyways, Wednesday we got KFC to recap and some bitching to do.
This
I'm
was
excited.
Good overall.
I'm excited for the bitching. But let's stick around with Wednesday.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was good overall.
Some of us flew in. Some of us drove in. Myself and Sheep went up early Wednesday morning so that we could do Whirly Ball and he could do his Vault Warrior dinner.
Yeah, some of us had to work.
Yep, some of us had to work. It didn't come up till later. I was gravely disappointed that my first round draft pick did not make it until much later. It's all right. I took Luke instead. But anyway.
Yeah, I hear Luke carried you.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a good trade.
We'll talk about it. But how was the Vault Warrior dinner? What did you do?
My chicken was really dry.
Sweet.
Is that Axel's place? Is that where you were?
Yes, we were at Axel's. There were not a ton, like 30, I think 30 or something, 30, 33. I didn't actually count. The only 2 GG employees were Josh and Christian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
They said a couple of words. Yeah, we ate. We got our free drink.
Whirly Ball.
Yeah, I mean it was fine. I got to complain about some issues with the retail store and not getting answers back from GG after I send in things, and Christian Peterson was surprised and said he'd look into it, which he did. I got emails by the end of that weekend for my retail things, so
wow.
So that got taken care of.
Wonder who got an ass chewing on Monday.
Yeah. No, because that was Wednesday. That guy got an ass chewing on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Well, you think they got an ass chewing on KFC? It's a holiday weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got his emails out to me.
Okay, fair enough.
I will say that CTP did come back on Sunday while we were doing the kind of award ceremony. And I get over here. He's like, yeah, I was just working over there. So, he was working on Sunday. I give him credit for that.
Spit shine in the old boat.
And then
but I don't think there was during the dinner, we probably got a light preview of what got covered in the Meet the Ghosts and the other one, the Meet the Ghosts and the keynote. There was nothing too exciting
Or new.
Yeah, Peterson talked a little bit about the board game arena thing there.
Oh, about that is BGA
cool.
implication. Or
yeah, that was nice.
I don't know. I was on the Peterson table, so I have no idea what Josh talked about.
Probably Netrunner.
Things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably Netrunner.
You guys ever play this
Echoes
sweet
of
game called
bullcrap.
Netrunner? On the other side, the Whirly Ball 2025 Whirly Ball Championship was going on. And if there was one trophy you didn't want to go home without, it was the Whirly Ball Championship.
Yeah, this was
Top
fun, right?
notch,
this was the Scrubs Revenge Party of the year, right?
Yes. Well, there is only one a
And,
year, but yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And of course, as always, City put on a great show along with some others that helped out. There was lots of food, lots of drink. Lots of drink. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah.
I did not get to drink a lot. I got one drink ticket.
That's it? How many did you steal?
One. At least one more.
Okay.
There was a lot of faces.
Probably two more by the end of the night.
Okay.
Because I think I was the last person to get a drink too.
A lot of faces that weren't there this year. One comes to mind that's also a Vault Warrior. That's Aviator.
Yeah, Aviator did not come.
Yeah.
Random Joe didn't come this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are two I can think of because they were the two people I sat next to last year, and neither of them were here. So I upset them so greatly they didn't even come back.
That's
Dr. Sheep.
I understand 100%.
Somehow we keep coming back, though. But if you weren't on the Wookiees team, you were a bunch of losers because the Wookiees team took everything.
Although they did let you fall in a hole.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did continue the tradition of somebody gets injured at the Scrubs Revenge Party. This year it was me. That
had nothing to do with it. This is disappointing.
Yeah, you weren't even there to see
about it for the rest of the weekend.
Well, yeah, my knee's the fucking size of a balloon.
That's a really small balloon, man.
Well, never mind.
Balloons can be all shapes and sizes.
This is true. Like a poodle.
My knee's the size of a balloon too.
I wasn't going off showing you guys, but yeah, it's big. It's still quite large.
I don't know, Wookie. When I arrived, I arrived a little late, right?
Yeah.
Got off my plane. I said, take me straight to Whirly Ball, right?
Straight to the ball.
Pull up. Yep. Walk in the front door. Look around, saying hi to everyone. There's the Wookie, no shirt on. Just
yes.
Totally,
living his best life.
I was living my best life, yeah. And in my best life, the Wookiee's topless.
Only the Wookiee could almost get kicked out at Whirly Ball.
Listen, that bitch had it out for me after I fell in that hole.
Yeah.
Donation.
Well, Sydney got a talking to about you, so you were just a naughty boy.
You want to know what's bullshit is she was bitching about me getting out of my car, but she's the one who asked me to get out of the car to get the ball. Which is how I fell into the damn hole in the first place.
Defending during the game that
happened one time.
That you remember.
No, it only happened one time. And the other two times were because she didn't have any more balls and somebody had to go get the ball. And I volunteered. Now I know better for next time. I just be like, you want to know what? Earn your pay. Go get me a ball. I'm not getting out of this cart.
What I was hearing is that Wookiee was getting balls. Is this correct?
Yeah, that's
This is correct.
Okay.
We know I was getting.
I also got to play one game of whirly ball before I left, and I just put my racket thing down, and then just started trying to ram the poor Dutch guys right off the course. My goal was to just knock one out of their car, or steal, which I did. I just stole Judo's racket and threw it across the court.
I as well did that, but it wasn't to Lord Judo. I forgot who I did it
No
to.
wonder they like us so much.
They loved us.
Yes.
We were great. It was awesome.
Well, my highlight on the ride up, outside of riding with the one amazing Lokacar who, rode with me and was very, very generous, was that I did not get molested on the way up. So that was a really enjoyable experience riding up.
Yeah, this
Thank
year
you.
I think
I
we
was
got
got
more.
molested this time. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So great. I molested our foreign diplomat.
And this is our
You just
group.
got to get a better molester. That's all.
Yeah.
You got a backwards.
I'm sorry,
sheet.
I'm not
They're
good
the
at
one with
molesting you.
diplomatic community, not you.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Well, this was my whirly ball experience, right? So I show up, Wookiee's there without a shirt. Okay, say hi to everyone. I'm like, oh, there's a bar. I'm gonna get a drink. So I go over, get a drink, right? Get myself, some bourbon, something or other. Come down, and they're like, "You're on. You have to get in. Your team's up." I'm like, "Oh!" So I slam my old fashioned, get out of the court, drive around, have a good ass time. Get off the court, go up, go to the bar, get another bourbon,
Old fashioned.
come on down, and they're like, "Hey, we need another player. You want to get on the court?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I smashed that bourbon right on the court, just rinse and repeat. And that was my night. Good ass
I
time.
would like to cover one more thing from whirly ball. Is according to Sydney, you guys were all assigned a random card value and suit from a deck of cards,
Correct.
and I don't believe it was random at all.
Well, 2 people weren't random.
Yes, but they also made Ewok an ace.
Right.
Hey,
That's the
ace of what? Ace of what?
I don't remember.
Deuces.
That was not a
No,
deuce.
no, she did actually make all the 2s and 3s Vault Warriors,
Except for
except for myself and Hobo.
yes, you were both jokers.
We got to be jokers. But
Very
no, like
appropriate.
Marcus was an ace and Ewok was an ace. I'm like, nah, she picked them.
I was something
Hey.
random, and stupid.
I was an 8 of clubs. It might have been an 8 of
I
spades.
guess you guys got to do more ass kissing.
I guess
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
guess
Better
guess-
cards in the deck.
Cards just came up in the right spot for us. That's
right.
It's gonna fall to
That's right.
someone, man.
Yep.
I think it was like a 4. Maybe I'm on the shit list and don't know it.
Yeah.
Listen, in poker, any
Or
two
it could have
cards
just been random.
any 2 cards are good in poker, right?
No. This is far more fun if it's not random and
Oh.
Drazkor's on the shit list.
Yeah. Well, things happen.
I love you, Draz. You're great.
The what was also awesome was the party bus back.
The party bus to and fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the party bus 2 there was pretty awesome too. I believe Sheep
Yeah.
started cracking champagne at the ripe hour of 4:30.
I did not open that bottle of champagne. I
wasn't you?
drank Kyle's beer.
Oh,
I mean, I definitely opened champagne.
Sydney
Okay.
Sydney
Floated
opened
all over the-
champagne on the way out. I made us
Oh.
toast a bottle of champagne on the way back to the Vault Warrior dinner with all the Vault Warriors.
you say somebody opened champagne. I didn't know who it was. And then Draskar, you were on the ride back with me, weren't you, when we did the sing along?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were
Oh
doing
yeah,
this-
we had a little sing along.
we had a sing along in the party bus. Yeah.
What were you singing?
Whatever was on the playlist.
Backstreet's
There's-
back. All right.
Yeah. A little
That
bit
is
of, little
Wookiee's
bit of,
playlist.
That's
Yes.
a win for Wookiee.
It was
yeah.
wretched.
Yeah, no, it was the greatest playlist ever. You don't even like music.
Yep, this is correct. That's why it was wretched.
No, whatever.
It was a cute time.
Did you sing "I'm Just a Girl" from No Doubt?
No, I didn't. I was not on the playlist.
That would have been a good choice, Wookie.
It would have been an awesome
All
choice.
right, now that we covered the non-KeyForge stuff.
You want to move
You guys
into
gonna cover
Thursday?
KeyForge?
Yeah, you want to move into Thursday? Is that what you're saying?
A lot of PV. That's what this weekend was.
Oh,
a lot of PV.
A lot of guessing.
A ton of Ask Me Again Later.
A lot.
And a ridiculous amount of turns being messed up because that card was forgot to be triggered.
A lot of HPV happened. We had the LCQ, which how many people got in from the LCQ? I feel like that number was very low this year.
It was only 7 total seats, 5 Alliance, 2 sealed.
And that's right. There was 0 Archon slots. So as a last chance qualifier, 0 offered.
Yeah, so I think last year they had more seats, right? And
I think it was the same amount of seats. They just, because of the second place.
No, because they got down. They had seats for every format last year, and they got to
right. But remember, there were less invites last year. Right, but remember, they only first place in Vault Warriors got invites last year. This year, first and second both got invites, so there was less seats.
They actually there were more invites handed out than actual slots at Worlds for Arc.
That was true last year too.
Yeah, except the people didn't show up. You got to have a plan in case they actually show up, and
they do have a plan if they show up. They expand the bracket
or don't.
So here's where then it gets tricky, because Josh came in and made an announcement that they would go ahead and have additional slots because they had overbooked, and that would be 2. And then promptly went ahead and reverted back to, nope, that's not really what I meant.
That's not what he said.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. He said maybe 2. Maybe 2. That does not mean 2. He said maybe 2.
Yeah, and what
said
really
if he was trying to do any, it would be maybe 2 to round out the numbers. And then they found that they had everybody, so they didn't give away any.
Yeah. So what was shown online and what was reported beforehand is that if they have an odd number, you would add in a person so that it would become an even amount. I think that's the right call. But as soon as you say 2, you can't go back and reduce it to 1 or 0. And whether you see it or not, there were multiple individuals that had it.
They just did it.
And that's the problem. But as a last chance qualifier, you have to have, if someone came there and they wanted just to play Archon and they didn't even have a chance at that for Worlds, that's a miss. And that's an easy fix to just put, you're already past your amount, put +2 people if it's an even amount, put +1 if it's an odd.
I didn't think
3.
it was a big deal.
Agreed.
Again, it's one of those things that's small, but those little ticky-tack decisions just aren't necessary. We had a great event overall, but there's no reason if the number is already beyond 24, the difference of 26 or 28 matters very little. But when you say something, it has an impact on the community to hear your word.
Okay. I heard him say maybe 2, if any. But that's neither height nor hair. How did you guys do? I went 0-2 and then went back to the hotel.
Ooh.
My decks were poopalicious. Bad. So here were my options, right? I opened one deck with Shadows, Redemption, or Untamed. And then I opened another deck, and that had Saurian, Redemption, Untamed. And then I opened another deck, and it had Logos, Redemption, and Untamed. So what do you think I did?
Logos, Redemption, Untamed.
Yeah, I took one house from each one and did Logos, Redemption, Untamed, which also were poopy houses. None of the houses were good.
I lived that life, but I lived that life on the second day.
Yeah, well, no, you didn't. Your deck was significant. Oh, you mean on Worlds, yeah. Because like
on World Day. No, I did just fine in the LCQ.
I did not have any of the cards you want to have in okay, I had triple parallel thinkings. That was my big Logos ability. And then I didn't have any of the things.
Very good.
No. I didn't have any of the Saurian cards you want to see. Right? I think I had Sedimentary Nap. And that was probably about it. I had that dumb one who comes on your opponent's side of the field. Yada, yada. And then I did not have any of the good steel. Not even a Bandit Culver in my shadows. So I went 0-2.
Bandit Culver is pretty good.
Bandit Culver, very good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hear more about that later.
Yeah, we will.
I don't know, Drez, how'd you do?
So I did okay. I don't know if I won 3 games or 4 games. I don't remember. But I actually had like a fun deck. I had like a janky, weird deck, which, I kind of like. I had a so my Shadows pod was a double rigged lottery, double miasma, and then I had Untamed with a bunch of cycling, like the invigorating showers and whatnot. And I think some dis just to disrupt and slow down my opponent, right? So my wackadoo game plan with this weird deck was to make some Ember, because actually it can make Ember decently well, and then set up the Shadows with the invigorating shower, then try to double rig lottery, and for 6 each time, or as close to as you can get, and use the miasmas, because probably your opponent's playing Shadows, so you have to use the miasmas. So that worked a couple times. I lost though because player Herp played his Infernus at the absolute perfect moment I played both miasmas. The next turn I was going to go Untamed to shuffle it all back in, and I probably should have held one of them, is really what I should have done, but I got greedy, and he purged both of them, and then that was basically my game plan was over. So I bursted, but I also gave him a bunch of Ember and lost. But that was a fun deck, even though I didn't win. It was fun to play, but then I definitely needed to go take a nap because I was hurting a little bit from the night before. That nap refreshed me. It helped.
Nice. I can go ahead and say I actually opened decks that realistically in the last chance qualifier, my deck looked better than where my sealed deck showed up later. And it did not come together. I went 1-2. So it was very odd. I think for the first time ever, looking at DOK afterwards, the actual decks in the pods themselves, I chose almost the poorest of my pods. And I still disagree about this. I mean, Lokagar and I had talked about this on the ride back. Just the idea of the decks did not perform as well as we thought that they would. And so that was interesting. Out of the 3 decks that I had a 72 SAS, 93 SAS, and 100 SAS. And I ended up choosing 2 of the decks from the 72. So that was interesting. I did have options. I ended up with Shadows, Saurian, and Dis. The Shadows pod, I had 2 Shadows pods, and it's interesting what was actually different between them. So one had a Thunk, Portosilla versus a Moon Cursor, Burnished Nickels, Chummy, Bandit Culver, and then it was Gone Pear-Shaped or Hoodwink, Brutal Consequences or Borrow. And so I went with the Hoodwink. I think that out of that matchup, I think they're very, very comparable. One was sassed at 31 versus 33. And that house could do something, but basically once you'd blown the hoodwink or you'd push through, you were pretty well done. I also didn't want to have a lot of the little guys between the Thunks, the Urchin, the Fall guys. I just didn't want to have a lot of little Shadows creatures out. The 100 Sass deck had a 29 Sass Redemption pod, and I really struggle with that. It has double Agimagus, and it was something that you would look at.
That's the only reason you look at a redemption pod is they got two of those.
I know, but look at what else is here. Like double Salve, could care less. Picaroon, Groland, even Ivan, Dark Centurion, Citizen Shrix, fine. Then you have the Mist. They each gain the mutant trait, but what can I do with it? Nothing. I have Namel's Confession, and then Dark Influence. Like, that pod does not scream out 29 to me. It seems very overrated and in sealed. Yeah, if I could get a board, sure, but there's very little on play here, and so you need that board to stick. You got the Citizen Shrix. You get Agimagus that can go ahead and gain the Amber with what's there, but I think if you see Agimagus and you're playing against Redemption, you just kill it and say, what else do you have in this house? So, I don't know. The two Saurian pods were pretty close together. I went with a too low and Imperial Scudam versus Pompatus. Like, I don't know. The pods were very, very similar. The one house that I can go ahead and be very, very honest and open about is that my Dis pod.
Unlike the others, you're lying about the other houses.
Yeah.
No, I think that the Saurian. I think the Saurian and Shadows.
I heard it too.
I think the Shadows and Saurian I'm fine sticking with. The Dis pod, my third.
I don't know if I can believe you now.
You know what's happened at my work? I don't know if this has happened at your guys' places. Like, there's this thing now where, like, everybody, like, prefaces these statements with, like, well, to be candid. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it's a thing. Like, I don't know. It's like when you're going to say something, you're like, well, to be candid. So, to be candid, what was your deck like?
Just your work.
To be candid. The Dis house has some nice items. A Gift of Amber, Creeping Oblivion, Infinity Strop, Poltergeist, but it's got both Soul Lock and Atrocity. And I do think that they're traps to be able to look at. Double Blood Shard Imp, Carrion Worm, double Chasm Vespid, and Dark Minion. You look and you go, okay, Atrocity can definitely pull and Soul Lock can do something. There's a lot of bar that's in set, so maybe Soul Lock holds a little bit less value. But I still went with it. You had some sad moments when you're sitting with Blood Shard Imps, but you have some removal and you have some control. Ironically, I ended up in a Soul Lock on Soul Lock game 1, and that was probably the close game.
Aw, you're kindred souls. You locked each other.
We locked each other.
Aw.
Actually, in game 1, I will say I had... there was an anomaly dragon that was in my opponent's deck that was house enhanced, and that's really what you want to soul lock. And my problem was I had nothing on board and nothing in hand that was Dis. So I had to take a turn to just soul lock, but it would have locked him out of 2 houses. And I said, I will wait a turn and I will get 1 card. And then I did that again. And for 4 turns, I never got anything, and then it was way too late. So don't go ahead and make that move. Just decide right away to take a bad turn to lock them out of 2. Probably the difference in that game, actually, but it was a very, very close game, and I enjoyed that.
Wah, wah.
Hey, it happens.
Wah, wah. Sheep, how was your LCQ?
KeyForge makes decisions, man.
When y'all started talking, I couldn't remember what houses I had, but then it came to me. One
To
of
be
my
candid.
houses must have been Sanctum because it had Trunks Creed, an Abad the Grim, and a benevolent charity. And no greedy reprisal. That's all I remember.
Mm.
And then I know I had a Star Alliance because I had a Cosmic Recompense. So I had 2 of the most broken cards in the game.
There you go.
My first game, I started with some totally mediocre dis, and I lost. So then I shuffled in my not great Saurian pod with like triple Governor Give, the 6 power guy that when he fights, he plays the top creature of the discard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that switched all my fortunes because then I won my next 5 games in a row, finished 5-1 in like as the worst. I was the worst X1 player because I lost in the first round. But that was good enough to get me the last seat in Alliance Worlds. And I made a mortal enemy of Shadow Meld because he really wanted that seat and he was 1 position behind me in the qualifiers.
Ooh.
So he watches me, a guy who does nothing but talk trash about Alliance, take his Alliance seat. When he had Alliances brewed, it's the only reason he comes to KFC is to play Alliance. And then some Jack Wonky
Some
guy like me
jerk-off
goes,
with a
I guess I'll play
podcast."
Alliance.
Well, he could
Goes up
almost
to-
auto make top 8 with the Alliance open, so he's fine. Thank you. That's what he needed to say to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, then I was like, I told him, well, I think what I'm going to do with this seat is just play fraud to put the accolade on it.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely creating mortal enemies.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
What else do
I didn't do
sheeps
that.
I almost did. But anyway.
There was my LCQ. I got 2 of the broken cards. I did broken things with them.
He broke people.
I got an Alliance seat.
Isn't that what
the
happens
last
at every
one.
KFC? Sheep breaks people.
Not this year. Not
You
this
got
year.
broken.
He didn't break me.
Questionable.
I'm breaking hearts and minds everywhere I go.
All right, we move into the keynote, where our glorious leader, CTP, gave us...
This is where I'm going to bed because I damn near fell asleep during the keynote.
Yeah, you left. Like, did you leave like
No, I
halfway
walked
through
out during the
keynote?
Meet the Ghost.
Oh,
That started, I said, I don't need to be here, and I left.
yeah, I watched sheep get
Like,
up
I've
and
met
just
them
leave.
before.
I was like, oh, okay. Some notable mentions. PV sold out of the warehouse.
In
Supposedly.
their warehouse. Not necessarily at distributors. Certainly not at...
So
the game
Sheep,
center.
for the rest of the next day, decided to tell everybody to go buy as much PV as they could on their game found while there was still time. Just to...
I think there's still... Oh, no, the game phone closed now.
Yeah, it's closed now.
So, like,
So-
you think CTP walked out of his office, walked down the hallway, and was like, "Hey, game center person, owner, not owner, manager person, you should buy the rest of PV so I could go say that it's sold out."
But it's not sold out. You could still buy it on the GG website.
Oh, the GG, not the game center, the GG website.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Well,
I'm logging in now to see if that's still true.
all right. While you do that, we are looking at a March-April Draconian or Poopy Dragons Draconian measures
Poopy
release.
Dragons.
Sleepy
Dragons.
dragons.
No,
they're poopy.
They have been upgraded to poopy.
No,
Is that an
we're gonna
upgrade
still
or a
keep
downgrade?
going with
We don't know. And then we get kind of the overview of what's going to happen for the next year, which is a lot of what you've seen last year. 2026 during January, February, we'll have the Discovery season. So basically a season to get new players involved into KeyForge. And
I can still add prophetic visions to my cart. And on that, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
2020, and then Store Champs in, I thought they said was it March? February, March?
Yeah, hold on. I got a picture. Hold on.
And then a Vault Tour season like we've seen before. And then KFC wraps it all up in KFC. And then we got the results.
January, February is the new OP Discovery Kit with new keys. So we're getting new keys.
Yep.
All right.
And they look good.
It could be cool.
I know those were artist renditions, but they looked good. Good to see some new keys. It'd be nice to see some acrylic tokens like Ward and Enrage, which we still don't have.
I mean, the metal Ember they did was actually pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, well, make some metal everything else, please, so that I can complete my set. It's really bothering my OCD.
No. So, store championships February, March.
Yep, February, March, and then we move into the Vault Tours and National Season, along with a storyline event at some point.
And this is August, September.
Yep. So basically, the same kind of rhythm we had last year will be the same rhythm from this year, or will be the same rhythm this year. So more of the same. Still no local OP. Ewok, how do you feel about that? Oh, Ewok left. Where did he go?
He was so upset.
No.
He was so pissed. He just disconnected.
I had to go ahead and actually put in the images that you were talking about, so people following on, because we do have some friends following along, so you can now all see the
timeline.
Yeah, the timeline.
Yes, the timeline. And then the big reveal, we got the Certain Darkness reveal. The two houses that were purged are Logos and Sanctum. You'll no longer.
Can I just say I'd called that there was going to be more than one house? Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Did you think it was going to be Logos due to story, or did you think they were just going to take the top two?
I just thought they would take the top two, but they took it from story. And as the overpowered house, I can see why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they removed Logos, and then everybody hates Sanctum, so that got purged.
Yeah. Is everybody hates Sanctum or Redemption more?
Now this is where Sheep really needs to come in, because Sheep really is all about the conspiracy theories.
Oh, he's 100% correct.
Go ahead. Conspiracy.
No,
all right, so what's the conspiracy theory?
Well, the conspiracy theory is that the whole Sanctum, like, Logos was kind of, I guess, always going to get it, right? Because they're the ones who found it, so they were the ones that were going to get it. So that was always a thing. But supposedly the second house, which is Sanctum, which was chosen by the community for the most purged cards, and Sheep's just like, that's horseshit. It's definitely Shadows. And he was told no, and Sheep's like, I don't know if he was going to go find evidence or what his game plan was, but Sheep is convinced that it was not Sanctum. But again, we didn't have a DePapa tracking it this year, so we really don't know. You know, nobody was reporting it, so we have no idea.
Can I say though, I really think that this would be a great tool for next year's storyline event. One, to actually put the storyline event longer, because why not? Let people play and enjoy it. But have kind of that little update kind of from the battlefield. It was cool to see DePapa putting it together and like, oh, the Rebels are winning. Oh, now the Elders are winning. Like, you can go ahead and see that kind of back and forth. So it would have been fun to see, oh, look, House Logos is jumping up. Oh, Shadows, look at Redemption. And so you have, like, that can actually start to persuade people to be purging more of those houses. I just think it's a great aspect to bring into the community, is to have that storyline event, but just make it visible. And so a little chart that gets updated, whether that's once a week, probably once a week, I think would be a reasonable amount. It'd be cool. Something to check in, get people to come back to the same website. So keyforging.com. But that'd be my recommendation.
Yeah, like order more kits so that you can save your...
You can purge your favorite house.
But that's what we want, right? That's a win for GG. Buy more kits. Two, okay, and there's transparency. Then there can't be any conspiracy theory, because it's easier enough to see. Now, I will say, near the end, I think that, a week before KeyForge celebration, or maybe 2 weeks, whatever the end period is, glitch, it goes offline. All right, go to KFC in order to see the final results. And so you just have the final tally, but you can definitely see, guess what? Mars was not in danger because they never were on that board or near the top 3. And so you can just see it's down to the last couple of houses. And then there's a lot more.
Well, Mars was never in danger because I think most people were doing prophetic visions, which Mars is not a part of.
I understand, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's the idea of here's the top 3 houses or 4 houses that are in the running versus where did Sanctum come from? Because yes, Sanctum was talked about, but it wasn't one of the major. It wasn't one of the major houses that I'd been hearing or seeing online.
We purged Sanctum.
But like you saw a lot more shadows being purged than you did Sanctum.
I saw a lot more Star Alliance too. We purged Star Alliance once. I was like, what's wrong with you monsters?
Star Alliance and Shadows were purged consistently. Also, Redemption. I'm not saying that other houses weren't purged. They just seem to be purged at less of a rate. And without anyone tracking it, it would be great to be able to see it track somewhere.
I did. So what was super weird about it is like, if Jeremy had just been up the stage and been like, yeah, we'll publish the numbers, everybody would be like, probably like, okay, but cool. They were so cagey about, well, I don't know if we can do that. It's like, what? What? Like, are you guys cooking the books? Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
that's definitely how it came across. So,
like, super weird.
But okay, Draz, from a computer side, how difficult would it be that if I have, as a TO, if I'm inputting what house was purged and how many cards? How difficult would that be to have that input into a graph that then is scrolling or updated?
Not very difficult.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
I'm just
way easier than Draz score,
which is a thing.
You could definitely vibe code that in like a day.
You could vibe code that. I can vibe code that before I'm done with the podcast.
I felt that it was easier, but I don't have any ability, so it would take me years to do. So I leave it for others who are a lot more capable.
It was really weird. Maybe they didn't. They just dumped it to like a file, and somebody had to manually go and tally it because they like to do manual work there instead of having easy buttons. I don't know, but. Yeah, it was definitely weird. Like, definitely felt like a missed opportunity to like get people excited about the event going on.
Which is why I put it up as an idea for next year if we want to make it better. Again, overall, still a great event, but yes, there's a couple things. There's a couple things we could make better.
All right, moving into we're moving
Yeah.
into Meet the Ghosties.
Yep.
Okay. So, Meet the Ghosties was an event that happens every year where the ghosts get up on stage and we get to ask them questions and they get to not answer. Ready? So, one question about was foil, or is this the foil or borderless cards just being able to be slotted in? Like to pimp out your deck? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah. So, like every year, one of the questions on can we slot in foil cards because people will like that, and they were like, "No, this game you can't do that." And people are like, "But we sleeve our decks," and they're like, "It's impossible." and then CTP took the mic and he was like, "Well, maybe someday."
That's not at all. That's not at all what happened. Hurley just flat out said no.
Right, Hurley said no
because of because there's pips on cards, and that would just be too difficult.
I hear on the pips. I think the best response that was given to me, not from a GG staff, but this was just another KeyForge player, was, well, we have the ability to print a full deck. So if they have ability to print a full deck versus just a card, I get it, and that is an option. But I'm telling you, for all of us who are playing competitive and it has to be sleeved, if there's a card that matches with an amber, like if it has an amber on it and it doesn't have any other enhancement, swapping it out is perfectly fine. If it has an enhancement, okay, you can't swap that out in the deck that you're playing. Great, but we can look to see it's either blue or it's not. It's not blue. Guess what? Swap it out.
You can swap it out, and a majority of your cards aren't blue in your deck.
Most of the time, you can do that.
Yeah.
I don't see the stigma of why we can't go ahead and sub out these cards. It's easy enough to print 200, 100 copies of something. We see this with many other CCGs.
Because they don't want to.
I know they don't want to. And then that's what it really comes down to.
Right. So why don't they just say, we don't want to deal with it? Instead of giving us the runaround. Discovery kits are going to be available for any and all playgroups, so you won't have to go through your local friendly local gaming store to get discovery kits. They're open to anyone who's willing to buy them.
If you don't have a local store to play, so I'm fine.
Right.
I thought that was something from last year that we had heard the same, but maybe
we had asked the question last year, and they had said no. Okay. Basically, the short and skinny was they didn't know who was who, what was what, and it was just too difficult to decide who to give kits to and who not to give kits to, and so the answer at that time was no. Clearly, they have changed their mind on that. My guess is mainly because if we're buying it, who gives a shit, right? Like, who cares? Yeah. So
I seem to remember them saying something about they want to make sure to support local stores, which I get, but still weird.
Well, the main problem that they're going to have right now is I agree with supporting your local store, but when you run a game found, how much are you really getting from your local store? No. So, question was asked about the randomness in cards, with cards like Ask Again Later, dominating games.
That was my question.
Was it intentional or was it random? And we got oops.
Well, yeah. So
it was not intentional.
I was like, hey, PV, we've seen a significant uptick in random chance deciding games at key moments, right? And the card games, there's always random chance, but Ask Again Later, Strong Fates, Atrocity, right, really driving these trends, right? Did you think of the house? Did you guess the house they were thinking of or not? That decides the game. Did you happen to flip into a house where you can prevent your opponent from winning? Yes or no? Right? 3 turns in a row. So basically, was this your intention? And is this a new trend? Do you want this to be the level of randomness going forward? And basically what they said was, well, we want it to be a skill-based game for skill to matter. So we didn't really intend for chance to play such a high roll. So oops. I guess I didn't say so.
However,
oops,
could you have missed this in play testing?
Yeah.
Oops.
Like, I don't know. I know they probably. I don't. Think
if only there was a group of skilled gamers there that could give you feedback, like, "Hey, this might be bad."
You need to cultivate more playtesters somehow.
They need to cultivate playtesters who are not just yes people.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of yes. I also think
it's that.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of listening to all constituents, your playtesters, people outside of that, being able to go ahead and adjust based on the feedback that's given. There's a large process that goes to it. Right. I wouldn't say that. I think it requires multiple individuals.
I believe the next question is you, Mr. JR, with Trenk's Creed. And considering errata.
Well, I will go ahead and argue that before that, we heard many different asks about local OP. Like, it came probably in 4 to 5 different ways, but the short bit is, no, we're not getting consistent weekly OP. It's going to be a summer event. It's going to be then, I should say, summer storyline event, which is later, and then it's going to go ahead and be the vaults. That was a little disappointing to still hear.
We are getting a store championship as well.
Store championship is there, but even that, there was a question about, will we get more than one store championship so that it would be for each of the sets? And that answer was no. So there's some interesting ideas, but no, I came straight out and asked basically that there were cards that were errated in FFG days. Are we going to go ahead and see a more consistent errata, or are we going to errata cards like Trenk's Creed, where the intention, in my opinion, was not to go ahead and collect all of one's amber and then completely swing it to the other side. Or I also used Jane the Bard, which was the scrappability seems really odd that you would want to scrap or toss it to exalt 2 of your own creatures. And the answer that was given is, while we're looking at how cards do this weekend. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
He is open to it. He is open to
a whole
it.
bunch of erratas. We don't know. It was. He didn't really say one way or another. We could, but what's the chances they errata the right things, right? Like I think Trank's Creed's an easy one, right? It's supposed to say friendly.
So is Jane the
But
Bard.
Yeah, but that they probably won't do it because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What do they do for Ask Again Later?
So Ask Again Later is a real big question, but with Sanctum being purged, is Trank's Creed and even Jane the Bard, do we care anymore?
Yeah, because
it's
PV's
not-
still.
Don't play Sanctum
We've
anymore.
seen
Yeah.
Poopy Dragons, right?
I understand.
I don't think Poopy Dragons is going to dethrone PV from where it is right now.
And I hear that, but if we go ahead and look at how Tranks played this weekend, I think it was very interesting to see its place in Sealed for both Worlds and then the Open, and to see how it did in Archon Open and Worlds. Tranks showed up in the Sealed Open, but it did not show up in the Worlds Open to the same extent. We had a couple of them that showed up. This was actually talked about earlier today in our Discord, that they were categorized, but it wasn't I don't know. I guess I'd say obscene amount, but it really depends on personal preference with what
You got to
obscene
remember, it's
means.
also a rare, so it's not
Correct.
easy to come by. But it does
Well, I
have
think the
game... I think Sheep's deck just proved it has game-altering effects, right? 5-1 because he had two of the most broken cards in the game. Flat out told you.
Yeah. I will say that you have to have the right pod for Sanctum. I think that it's a lot easier to find other houses, other pods and other houses in PV. Sanctum as a whole can be problematic. And so to find a house that has Tranks plus enough other cards to make it viable is not an easy task.
All right. There was some talk about a BGA integration.
Yep.
We'll see if that really goes
Could be
anywhere.
cool if they do that.
That could be
BGA
amazing. And
integration would be pretty cool because not only would it give, it'd actually be doing some marketing, boys. Crazy.
Yes.
Imagine
Because
that.
BGA is a giant platform.
Yes.
What better way to get KeyForge in the eye, in the eyes and in the hands of many, but putting it on BGA?
Mm-hmm.
Marketing. 50% of marketing doesn't work.
that did come up. That made Wookie very happy.
Bingo. I wanted to tug on you and just be like, yell bingo. Like,
That's okay. I was literally had my head in my hands.
no, it was great.
ridiculous.
And then
Do you know how much? You know how much marketing doesn't work?
50%.
If you just don't do it, it won't
Well,
work.
I wanted to sit there and yell. So if you do none of it, does 50% of it is it still zero? Is that how that works?
Yeah, 50% of zero is still
It's
zero.
still, is that still zero? So you get absolutely
No,
nothing
no,
out of
didn't
it if
change
you
that
don't
yet.
do it, huh? Weird.
No.
Asked about where the company will be in 5 years.
Which was a really good question from Shaka, who's was like,
What's
well
your 5 year
said. Hey, where do you see the game and the company in 5 years? And CDP's like, I don't know.
Hopefully we're still here.
Come on, dude. I have a vision, man.
Yeah, he's got a
I
vision.
guess
He's gonna
that's
sell.
better than
He's gonna sell this gaming company to the same people he sold FFG to and make a bucket of money.
Probably not.
Probably.
But maybe he's just happy with what he's got. I don't know. Maybe that's fine for us. I don't know. It was weird though. I was like, even if that's real, that's not how you're supposed to answer that question, right? Like you go to a job interview, right? Or you go to a review with your boss. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Like you're supposed to say something interesting, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Why not?
you should try it, Wookie.
I should.
Yeah.
All right, I'm skipping over the next ones, and we're going right into Snack Forge. We had a big.
I thought Dub's question, will you do more videos so people can actually understand the concepts, was a good one.
And they were like, maybe.
The answer was
but
still
probably not.
maybe. Yeah, there was a lot
but
of
there's
maybes
there's
there.
already videos out there for people to understand the concepts.
No. Okay, this goes. If we had PV where GG actually ran through PV and you could see the prophecies and the fates in effect, I think that it would have helped reduce some of the mental capacity in the load when people first got into the set. It also, again, is marketing and shows people the game. But those are the things that we want to do.
But again, 50% of marketing doesn't work, so we're just going to do none of it.
I'm just going to say, if you don't want to go ahead and do that yourself, there is a phenomenal community. You've identified that we have a phenomenal community. Put it to the community to go ahead.
No, stop it. Sit down. No,
But
no more free work for GG. No more.
Patty lock.
I said nothing about it.
We're
being
putting you in your
free.
kettle. They ain't gonna pay you shit. What do you mean?
Well,
they're
this
gonna
is
pay
true.
someone
after
to do
what
it?
after what we saw, what the world's prizes were. Okay, fine. I can't disagree with you.
Putting
on
you
that,
back in your Ewok kennel. Get in your kennel. Anyways, Snack Forge. We had a big snack attack forge. Community cards were handed out by Dead Sync. So that was a lot of fun. I think there was like 42 to collect, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yep.
was it 42? I don't remember how many,
42.
but I will tell you,
It was
people
42.
were
Yeah.
people like were really into it. People stayed up late to play because you actually could use the community cards this year. So like it took it to another level. And I saw people then trading their extras and trying to complete the set. This I thought was an absolute winner from the weekend. This community event was phenomenal. Got
Agreed.
people engaged. It was very, very well done.
So good.
It was really, really
And our
well
card
done.
was awesome.
Our card was dope. We had snacks. We had Oreo cookies as keys. We were the red key. HFFS was the yellow, blue key. Blue key? I think they're the blue key. And then there was a litany of other people that were the yellow key.
The yellow key was a KeyForge key, but
there was other one. There was other ones. I think Ember Meaties had one. A few people had keys. So
Redacted had one.
Redacted had a blue one. There's
and
a
then
bunch.
we had the cake
lines
to reveal our card. Boys, we're in KeyForge.
We are.
We're in KeyForge. I forgot the name of our card. Isaac something or other, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. So it was weird. Like the card is actually like the dude in the middle, and we're just all around him, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So it's like, so I'm like a dwarf drinking beer, right?
Yep.
Ewok is an
a
Ewok
monk
with a square jar. We got Wookiee doing something stupid, right? And then
I'm pouring me a drink.
There you go. And then we got Dr. Sheep, who's got Sydney up on his shoulder.
Luis Compere is our card.
Thank you. Yep. Just trying to get there.
Yeah.
So, and we're actually a really good card.
Are we?
Yeah. So every time your opponent draws more than one card, or draws their second card for the turn, you steal 2 Ember. I believe that's what it is. Yeah. So pretty good. And it's a 4-power elusive.
Yes, please.
Right out of range, being zapped out of the sky by most direct damage.
Yeah.
And it's elusive, so it's tough to deal with. It's also rare. Friday, we get into World Sealed and the Open Sealed. Dr. Sheep did poorly, if anybody was wondering. His pulls were a lot like mine. Hot trash. I did okay in the Open Sealed. I ended up going 4-2. Was I 5-2? One of the two. Doesn't matter. I didn't make it. I got 2 losses. Draz, how'd you do?
I did okay. So I ended up using an Archon deck. I thought about swapping pods, but I was like, it's not necessarily better, so I might as well just use the Archon deck. I had no C options at all, so I was like, I was a little worried because I don't know. I feel like I can play with no Ember control, and as long as I'm making Ember and have good C, but no creature control is hard. So my deck had 3.8 C, not a lot, but it did have 34 Ember control, so that was cool. Tranks Creed, and
That accounted for 32 of it.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, Tranks Creed and Hoodwink had both, right?
Oh,
so
man.
in theory, I should be in great shape until you get
A board.
Atrocity 3 times in a row.
Oh yeah,
And or a board, right? That's the problem, right? Like, so like there were a number of games where like they were just reaping for $1 billion, and I would steal a bunch, or but you can only do that so many times. And so
Well, and Hoodwink purge, so yeah.
Yep. Hoodwink gets purged. You know how quickly you can get back to Tranks, right? Like,
Right.
So it was. I was hoping to do a little better, but no such luck.
Mr. Ewok, how'd you do in the open?
I did well. Day one, I had a very, very close first game. Squeaked that out, and afterwards I started to kind of roll a little bit more. I faced Ned Mike in round 5 and just narrowly beat him. And so I went into the top 8, 5-0, and so I was feeling pretty good there.
Nice.
I will say that 2 of my pods immediately jumped out at me. I did have a Sanctum pod that was just really, really good. Tranks Creed, Luminous Boom. Yes, and yes, please. Double Equalize, Dissonant Chord for some damage. It had a couple creatures that I didn't want to see, but it only had 5. So Brigadier Ols, Channel the Wise, Jane the Bard, and double Lightbearer Kelvin. But that was definitely a pod that immediately jumped out, and it was well worth it. I did have to take a pod from each of my decks. So Saurian was my other one. Double Lorica Infantry, Lictor, Justinian. But really it had 2 Degenerate Decor, which is so good. You can exalt the most powerful creature 3 times, or the most powerful friendly creature captures 3. And so a way to be able to just put a bunch of amber that I'm going to eventually get or fight pretty soon was really good. It had 2 low. But the real winner here was double Governess Sylvina or Sylvina.
Burn that Ember.
Which is, in its play, move each amber from a friendly creature to the most powerful enemy creature. And I almost always use that instead of the stun 2 creatures with no amber on it. But with 2 of them, one of them enhanced with a capture pip, I could pretty much take the amber that was happening with Tranks Creed if they refuse to play a board or for a while, or go ahead and the Luminous Boom is where it really came up. So I could capture with the Luminous Boom, which is capture all, and then I could send it over. I also had double Lorica Infantry and Rufus Belgilius, which is the basically capturing. So anything that I could stack with the Equalize, I could move it and then move it over.
Nice.
So yes, playing against me, you did not want to have a board, but it worked very well for day one.
Moving into that, we played some Poopy Dragons. Boys, how are your Poopy Dragons?
I mean, my deck was great.
My deck.
I mean,
was
great's
poopy.
the wrong word. My deck was fun, and there was lots of interesting things going on. I know a lot of people didn't have that experience.
No. No.
But
I
yeah,
literally
I mean,
I played my first game. I lost pretty handily, and I dropped because I'm like, I have zero interest in ever seeing this deck ever again. Like, it was that bad. Like, it was that bad. Number one, okay, so there were full art decks. I didn't get any full art cards.
They were
I got
really
a full art
cool.
deck.
Yeah,
That was really cool. No.
I did not get a full art deck, but those full art decks, there was one next to me. Those full art decks were really, really neat looking.
I didn't get one of those. All the cards are blue. Huh?
Yeah, mine was fun. I had a
Whoa. You don't get to skip over this. You put in here, all the cards are blue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, like, you look at the Archon card, I'm like, wow, I have 1 million enhancements. And then, like, you look through, and you're like, no, I don't.
Oh.
because when they printed them...
It's the full art.
No, it's not just the full art. They have... if that card has an Ember Pip on it, it's blue on the Archon card.
Even if it normally has an Ember Pip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I did not know that. I wouldn't have known that because I didn't have any Ember Pips in my deck because my deck, I cannot stress to you how terrible my deck was. It was a hot pile of steaming dog shit.
I kind of wanted to play against you just to see. And the reason being is I love my KeyForge time. So I enjoyed my KeyForge time. And I went 0-3. My deck could do two things really, really, really well. People said there wasn't C. Oh, I had plenty of C. I had so much C. What I could do is I could generate +1 power tokens and then blow up my own board. I was amazing with that. I could even blow up your key. So in 2 of my 3 games, my opponents got to forge even more with me because they forged 4 keys.
Perfect. So what do I think about this set?
I want to face our 2 decks, Wookie.
We should,
I think,
because my deck did nothing well. It didn't do C well. It didn't do creatures well. It didn't do steel well.
Days.
This is a prime candidate. My Mars was just horrid. I can't even remember. I had Mars. I had Saurian, which again was hot trash.
There was some really
my third house, but it was nope, wasn't that one. No, it was just so bad,
While you're looking at it,
painful.
Yeah, I will say it worries me a little bit. The ceiling to the floor seems to be pretty wide. So from a sealed perspective, I like to have a tighter set that sealed games are pretty close. So that was a little worrying that we could have quite a range. You can open up something that's pretty good or really, really poor. But time will tell. I think we need to play more of the games.
It reminded me of OG Coda days about how bad it could be. Like, just that pain.
Like the OG Coda days.
But like, think of like that pain bad that you had back in Coda.
I don't remember that pain bad in Coda. I remember that in AOA.
I will say that...
But at least in AOA, if you got pain bad, you both had pain bad.
I think it's going to be more FFG because you don't have tokens, you don't have your prophecies, so there's less ways to be able to make.
Oh, I had
the game kind of go wide.
They were terrible too.
Yeah, I will say that some of the things that were played against me, or I heard other people talking about, they looked fun. Drez, when I talked to you or other people who went 3-0, they had a blast. But on the side that I was
fun? Is winning fun?
Well,
fun.
No, I will say that
games were good.
Yeah, I will say that like Skyborn, there was a lot of ready and use, and so some shenanigans.
They also got red line rotation and against all flags back.
Yeah, against all flags. Yeah,
but it actually wasn't those cards that stood out. It was more the ready and use, which allowed things to be able to happen. But one of the complaints that people were talking about was, "Hey, I don't have C." Again, my deck had so much C, it just would build a board and then kill itself.
Yeah, here's our card. Lokacar put it in here. Yeah, at
that
the
was
end of your
like 10
opponent's
minutes
turn,
ago.
if they draw 2
5
or more
minutes ago.
cards during your draw card step, steal 2. It's good stuff.
Mhm.
It is very good. But I will say there's a little bit of worry, but we'll see. We'll see what it comes out.
All right. After all the festivities were done, we all went to the Falling Knife Brewery.
Oh wait, you missed the most important part.
What?
The arbitrator showed up.
Oh, yeah, Steve was there. The arbitrator showed up and granted us face punches or slaps, open hand slaps.
I will go ahead and say the arbitrator was actually interested in playing. Has played a few games at KeyForge, very few, but actually playing in official draconian measures. And unfortunately, that was not an option for him and his buddy, who's a Magic player. So we could have had 2 additional sealed players, but they had no interest in playing an Archon or Alliance, whether that's Open or Worlds. And so that's a pretty steep, especially for one deck, to go ahead and buy the 3-day pass for $100.
Yep.
So unfortunately, couldn't get in, but hopefully that could
Too
be
bad
something.
GG just couldn't take one on the chin to maybe get 2 additional players.
Well, it doesn't have to be on the
Anyway.
chin. You can buy, here's a day pass, or here you can buy for this event.
Bro, it's 2 decks. It is literally 2 decks.
I understand, but I would just, I know that they're always looking at how to go ahead and change this. And no, we didn't want
Right.
to have it for a single day. Because that was what was told to me is that, well, how would we go ahead and know what day? And I say, you write on their pass Thursday or Friday in Sharpie. Seems pretty straightforward. I mean, we see this for Gen Con or elsewhere where they'll have days, but we don't have to go
High-tech
overboard.
and
Roll
with it.
yourself.
High tech, right?
I know that's Sharpie, right? You know, really causing a lot. But
You
I
are
don't
a
know.
genius. Somebody should hire you.
But no, Mr. Almkey came out and we had a wonderful time playing some board games.
It's all right. After I dropped out of that, I went and played with Steve and his friend John, I believe it was. I went and played Race for the Galaxy with them.
Great game.
Didn't really know what the hell I was doing, but I lost too, which that was cool. So, and then we all went to the Falling Knife Brewery afterward and played a bunch of board games. I know there was some. The gang was a heavily played game over the weekend. So was Circle. What is it? Is it Rings and Things? Circles.
Rings and things.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Rings
Things
and
in
I
rings.
love Rings and Things. It is one of my new favorite games to play. Extraordinarily fun. The gang's good too.
I will.
It just after you've played so much of the gang, you're like, I'm ganged out.
I will say that the Falling Knife Brewery was the best brewery that I had from Minnesota, from
delicious.
that area. It was
Yeah.
very good. So
Oh,
I
you
would
didn't
definitely
come with
highly
us
recommend it.
to Indeed.
I did not. No, I
Indeed
did
was
not
pretty
get to go
good.
to.
Indeed was very good. I enjoyed Indeed.
Was
I think Falling Knife was better though.
You think so?
but
I
Indeed
enjoyed
was
my
good.
beer much. Well, I didn't have a beer at Falling Knife. I had a grape snow cone slushy.
yeah.
Well, that was your problem.
Yeah,
You
it probably
chose
was.
poorly.
I did choose poorly.
Yeah.
Looking back now, I was like, oh, that sounds good. I like ices. Yeah,
I'm sure it
boozy
wasn't
ices.
bad, but that's not like
No,
their
it was
specialty,
too much
right?
of a wine taste in it, and I'm not a huge fan of wine, so. But it was fine. We move into Saturday, which is now Worlds and the Open. You guys went to the roast beef joint? Fucker.
Oh, Mavericks
yeah.
was so good, man.
You guys
Oh,
got lunch
yeah.
before we did, so we did not
we
get an
did.
opportunity to go with you. So that kind of sucked. So Worlds players started after the Open players did. So our lunches did not align. So we went to Panda. They got to go to a roast beef place. I'm totally jealous. Should have just played in the Open because I O2'd in Worlds. Womp womp. Got my teeth kicked in.
Mm.
I didn't get no slouches neither. I played a mirror match against Squash first round, and it's literally who's gonna guess. The game was who's gonna guess wrong first. Guess who guessed wrong first.
It was
It
you.
was me. And then next game I went up against Cat Marrow. That deck she's got is still sick. It top forward. Top forward. It top forward. It's still sick, and now it's different, and it's even better. So, meh. But winner for World Sealed was Dave C. Again, pulled some pretty nice stuff. Open sealed winner. You want to go through this one, Mr. Ewok, since you're relevant in it?
Sure. So I was very, very blessed to be able to make it to the final two, and I faced off against Ned Mike. And Ned Mike and I had a really, really close game on the day before, Friday, and I was able to squeak it out. And that was not the case on Saturday. Ned Mike played phenomenally well, and he 3-0'd me both games. I finished with with 1 amber and then 3 amber. And I'm like, whoa, how did that magically change? And it was Tranks on Tranks. So it did come
Tranks
down
on
to
Tranks on Tranks? Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Dang it.
but it came down to timing. So it gets a little bit more exaggerated on the actual score. But there was... In game number 1, there was a Rage Resets that was headed at an absolute perfect time. Again, he had to place it, and I had to call wrong. But that Rage Reset was a 50% chance, and that hit. What hurt was that he then immediately purged, because the Tranks went and my Governor Sylvania with the capture pip. So that both of them went, and he purged it with... Infernus. So I'm like, all right, well, I still have Luminous Boom to capture. I can still send over. He had creatures out early in that first game, and once I got to anywhere of close, it was just too late, and he pulled off the board, which was very, very smart. Game number 2 was a very interesting game in that early on, I have an empty board, and he double dooms and hits my Tranks Creed with the discard pip. And I'm like, that is a 16% chance hits, because there's not a creature out. You're not sending anything else back to my hand. But that made it rather difficult. And yeah, I could not draw. I did talk to him, and it was really interesting. He was playing an Archon deck, and he actually took this Archon deck to the Archon Open. And so I was playing a similar deck, but it had different cards, couple different, it was a different deck that I was playing for Open, the Archon Open. And because he had it as an Archon deck, he took it into the Open and was able to go ahead and make top 8, but it also gave him all of Saturday to practice with it. And I really give him credit, because I think that's it was a resource that was available to him, but that helped him to get to know the deck a lot better. Because I was like, how is the game so close and I just got absolutely smoked? Well, practice. If you practice the deck, if you go ahead and get more reps with it, you see more lines with it, you're going to get better with your deck. That was not an option with me, as I had a pod from each deck. But again, Ned Mike, total credit to him. He played well. He got lucky, and he'd voice that, hey, I got lucky when I hit this. Sure, but he also played very clean. There was no mistakes, and it was great to play against him. And luckily for me, they actually extended invitations for next year to the top 2, like all of the mirroring vaults.
So now you have access. Yay! I
have access to Worlds.
Yay for you, Ewok.
Yay for the Minnesota Dews.
All right. You guys went to Insight Brewing too that night?
Yeah.
Not that night. I thought, was it that night? Oh, yeah.
Because you guys came back when I was in the finals.
We went,
and as soon as you came back, then I got real cold and did not pull anything.
We ditched Ewok while he was playing to go to Indeed Brewing.
Well, we didn't realize he was in the finals.
He wasn't in the finals when we went to Indeed.
Right. And then we got food, and we're like, oh shit, we need to go back. He's in the finals, so we went back.
So we were gonna go get food, and then I don't remember if it was who went in to the place we were going to go eat, and that was like an indefinite wait. They didn't know how long we'd be waiting. So then we're like, we're going to Uncle Frankie's, which me and Steve, we thought was a dive bar earlier. Because I'm like, that's definitely a dive bar. And then it's like, nope, turns out it serves food. So then we ate at Uncle Frankie's, and we're like, oh shit, Ewok made top 2. We got to go back.
Yeah, it was like a little old hamburger spot from like 1954.
It was pretty good, though.
It was pretty good, right? And like,
I was quite shocked.
We all come in, right? And there's just the woman in the cash register, and there's the cook, right? And so, like, you know, Dr. Sheep's like, oh yeah, give me the Juicy Lucy. And so, you know, the cashier takes this order. Then the cook's like, you know, that's gonna take like 10 to 20 minutes. She's just like staring at him. Sheep's like, he's like, I'll have a double. And she's like, okay. She starts making him that instead.
Yeah,
triple. I don't forget what he got.
Whatever.
And so yeah, she stared him down until he changed his order.
and then we went back to go hype up Ewok, and he promptly lost. Sorry, Ewok. Maybe we should have stayed away.
Rule of thumb is don't hang out with you guys, and I play much better. Yeah.
But then after that, we went to another brewery, which we went to last year, which is Insight Brewery. And I can't remember what we would play. Telestrator After Dark? Telecaster After Dark?
Yeah.
It's Telestrations.
Telestrations After Dark.
Yeah, which normally I'm not like, you know, that's normally not my big thing, but like, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like,
it was a lot of fun. We can see the artistic ability of some people in our group.
Turns out Arlie is extraordinarily artistic.
Yeah,
Who knew? Very, very good.
I did feel a little bad for the rest of the population in the brewery. It wasn't super packed. I think there was one other group that was playing. Yeah, there was a group that was playing Magic and a couple other side, but we definitely weren't keeping down our voice.
Were they giving us looks? I didn't even notice.
I don't know.
Not enough that mattered. I know that we had kind of glossed through Saturday. I actually ended up, so there were 76 people in the Archon Open. And I ended up facing, there were only 2 teammates. That was Dexter and one Drazcor, and Drazcor and I got partnered on our first match. Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
So that was something. And I felt bad. We mulliganed, and then Drazcor magically has all of his Mars very, very early.
I just had to hit the gas, right? Because of that matchup. If the game goes long, it's probably your favor, right? So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna hit the gas. Probabilistically, he doesn't have the graft yet. So I bursted to like 16 amber or something, and he had the graft. So I was like, well,
yeah, I miasma. I actually had Trank Street, miasma, and the graft, but all that you cared about was the graph. And they're like, well, you have no way to discard this. I will just
because I know creatures like my Mars cycle, I can end the turn with no creatures on board.
And you did. You did that excellent. That I'm not going to Tranks you. And so it was brutal. And then Graph came out, and it was all in turn 3. I'm like, well, I don't want all of this early, and then I wanted it, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. So it worked out for you. So nicely done.
How did you end up finishing in the Open?
It was I lost that game. Went forward and just got played against a deck that could loop its atrocity, and it was played against me 3 times, and I think I was time walked 6 times, and I almost won, but I didn't. It was unfortunate because I actually had, so finally after being time walked like 2 or 3 times, the atrocity kills itself, I have in my hand the BR Geist, and I'm not able to get him haunted so that I could play it. Later in the game, I actually ended up doing it, but it was too late. Of course, flipped a card. It didn't stop him from killing the Infernus, right? Or killing, excuse me, not the Infernus, killing the atrocity, and then I lost. So yeah, felt like I didn't guess the house he was thinking of very well. So what are you gonna do?
Guess better.
I know what I can do. Yeah, I mean, guess better is what.
Guess better. I mean, that we should change the tagline of this podcast from draw better to guess better.
Guess better.
Right? I mean,
there's
that's
a little
where the
bit.
game is right now.
Guess what house I'm thinking of better.
I will say I put into the show notes a deck that I played. So on that had to have been the last chance.
You mean the live show chat?
Yeah, it's the live show chat. But on Thursday during the last chance qualifier, because I did play in second Amber there, I went 1 and 2. I faced a lovely young boy, Jackson, and he had a really, really cool deck, which was General Ghost Glissade. So it is this Amber Skies deck with triple against all flags, red line rotation, and then double Arise, double Drumble. And so it's just this loop of basically if you go to 6, the Geistoids and the Skyborn is going to go ahead and basically push you back down. If you go to 7 or higher, it's just going to all be captured. But the real hint for this deck is that he's got a Hungry Hippogriff. So if you're not familiar with that Sky Beast has 5 capture pips that it brings in. So that's all scattered throughout the deck. But it says each other friendly creature gains destroyed. Move each amber from this creature to your pool. So total grindy game, like really fun game, just back and forth. Like how do you get around this deck to just keep going forward? So I knew this, and we had played well past time as they were trying to close up on that Thursday. And then I got paired against him when I was 2 and 2, or I think at that point it was it was 2 and 2, or 1 and it would have been 2 and 1.
You couldn't have been.
It was well. See, that's the thing, Wookie. I ended up finishing what should have been 2 and 3. So explain that one to me, because I faced our good boy Jackson in that 2 and 1 match. And I'm like, this deck is just brutal to play against. I don't have the time, like, what I'm going to do. So I got to first key, pushing for, I'd gotten the second key, and he was just super tired. He had stayed up. His dad had made one of those final slots to be able to go into with the last chance qualifier. So he had helped him out, which was super cool. But you could see the 10-year-old was just really tired. And so we're playing, and you get to essentially what is going to be the final round. Right before that I'd pushed, I'm like, I'm just gaining amber. He ends up going ahead, and I'm in this Drumble lock. It's Arise. He only plays 1 Drumble, Arise, Drumble, Arise. Like, he's literally arising and then Drumbling. I'm able to kill it. Time ends, and it's on my turn. All right, there's nothing to do, but I could not kill the Drumble in the last time. So all he did, he arise. I'm up 2 keys to 1 key, but he has the Drumble out. So the question was, do you know what the end of time rules are? And he goes, I concede. It's a real, like, do you know what's happening? Do you know what's here? And I know you're tired, but kind of going through that. Well, he had cycled. He had brought out the Hungry Hippogriff. He had not fought with his Drumble, but I could not kill the Drumble because of... I could not kill the Drumble with the Elusive because I had 1 creature of each house, and there was enough damage that he could have fought into it. Now, he never said to fight, but he said, I concede. It's at this point his dad comes in and is like, hey, I don't mean to be dad, but can I go ahead and call a judge? Yeah, you can call a judge. Like, if anyone has, like, it's weird, it's odd here. And he was really cool. He's like, I want to just make sure my son understands what's actually happening. But he calls over and it just creates this super weird, awkward moment. And so G is brought over and G's like, well, okay, here's the end of time rules. Yeah, there's 16 amber out. It's going to go that he gets to forge a key and then he'll have more amber on the tiebreaker and he'll end up winning. I said, that's fine. And Jack's like, I already put in, I conceded. I'm like, I can just press concede too. And we can go through this. And he started, and his dad's like, that's not the point of this. We want to teach him for the long term. I'm like, I 100% agree, but I can't take a win off of this. And so it was like super, 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 super weird and awkward. And like, what are you doing? And like, so we basically held up the round as they're trying to decide what to do over this play. And after that, we immediately got paired, and I got paired up, and I get paired against one of the other 4 O's. So it all worked out because I get beat right away. But it was like, I technically went 2 and 3, and I should not be here. This is not it. I can go ahead and double concede, but that's not what was said. And it went to that he went ahead and had conceded. And so that was what G ruled, is that because he had conceded, that we're moving on. I'm like, he's a 10-year-old boy. I don't care. Like, if he doesn't know, we can go ahead and press a button. That doesn't matter. So I give Jackson real credit. Really cool deck. Was a lot of fun. I would have actually liked to have seen that go into the other PV meta, because it just causes a lot of issues if you don't have something like Atrocity for the control. So go check out that deck. Super cool.
Yeah. It's a 119 on the Draz score.
On the
go to drazscore.com. Check it out there. I changed the site a little bit so it's easier if you don't have a login to just immediately start using it. So it doesn't force you to log on screen right away.
Did you update it that we can get from the old site over?
From the old site, there's no way to get that.
I know, but that's the problem. We have to let
that would be a pain in the butt to try to figure out how to do that. What do you want, Ewok? What do you want me to do?
We'll figure that out later. Let's move into Sunday, the top 8s. You can check all the top 8s over at Archon Arcana. Winner for Alliance was
Ellie Mac.
Yes, Ellie Mac.
From France.
And then the winner for Archon was Willie, 510, right?
Yep, Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan. I couldn't remember if it was 510 or 501. But Willie from Taiwan.
It's 510. So Alliance was Ellie Mac and Virus Incoming. Both were on PV Alliance.
Yep.
And then for Archon was Willie 510 and Lorenzo 99. So again, look at
both on PV.
Yeah, both on PV.
PV dominated the weekend.
It did dominate the weekend.
Representing Ember Skies in the top 8. The only Archon top 8 not PV was Teuton Carnage, who is in the audience right now with Sumneri. So
get swole, Teuton Carnage. So
Sumneri is
as the top 8s are going on, we have the team event, which is, can we officially say it was yours, Ewok? If we didn't, we just did.
So it was my community idea. Josh and GG had asked right away, hey, can we go ahead and we'd really like this to be a GG event. And can we go and set this up? And so I did work with Josh and GG in order to make sure that it was an event that both sides could go ahead and use. Originally, I did want it to be kind of a year of sealed and review. So the idea was to do Amber Skies, Vault Master 25, and PV. With the amount of PV we had done, I'm really happy we actually didn't have more PV. And Vault Master 25 was not an option. So we went back and forth, and we ended up with Talk, Amber Skies, and Vault Master 24. So what do you think, Draz? You had played.
It was a ton of fun. Yeah.
It was.
So I played with X-Ray and B-Hawk, and I played Ember Skies, and X-Ray played Talk. B-Hawk played VM24. We went 2-1. We had a good time. And I thought everybody was really enjoying the team event. There was lots of folks who were enjoying it, and the pricing was good, right? Like, yeah. 3 rounds, and you guys, you guys took it down, right?
Yeah, so I was very, very lucky. Team Ewok, I had Chimera and Lokakar with me, and it was absolutely wonderful to play. It was great to talk, kind of shop and go back and forth. I felt that our decks did go ahead and jump out at us. Lokakar opened up a talk deck that had five of a card. Just
routine
a card.
jobs.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was 5 routine jobs. So what we actually figured is that it pulls in sets of 2 or 3. So there had to be 2 sets, and one of them of 2 and one of them 3. But 5 routine jobs is incredible. My deck actually struggled probably the most out of the others. But I had a double Arcanometer deck, and out of double Arcanometer, one of the Arcanometers had a Mars pip on it. So that's definitely something, and it shuts down a whole lot for Amber Skies. And then Chimera just played really, really well with his decks. He had a very close match in match number 2, but we were able to be successful. It was amazing. Yeah, my deck, as Lokakar points out, just didn't make Amber, so it was so slow. I would see others just grinding away. Outside of the Arcanometers, I had no real way to stop people from making Amber, and it didn't have C. But if you're trying to play cards, you lost Amber for sure.
All right. And what did you guys win for winning the event?
Glad you
asked, Wookie. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, glad you asked there, Wookie. So out of the 3 event, playing 3 rounds, there were 23 teams. So great job having all the teams show up. We were able to go ahead and get 2 full sealed boxes. And as first, we got a choice out of which of the 3 boxes. So there was a box of Amber Skies, there was a box of Vaultmaster 24, and there was a box of Talk. And as first, we got a chance to pick 2. So that split was 8 decks for us, which was really, really good.
Somehow the best pricing.
I was saying, let's segue. What did the people in Worlds get?
Well, I can tell you that for my second place in the sealed open, I did get access to Worlds next year, which is great. And I have a really cool foiled mat. That is amazing and well worth it.
That was cool. Yeah.
That is really it's just beautiful. There's a pin as a finalist. So I appreciate that. Finalists being all the top 8 people got finalist pins, but I didn't know that it was second. But then I got 1 Vaultmaster 25, 1 Vaultmaster 24, and 1 Vaultmaster 23 deck.
What?
So
you got better prizing,
especially
for a team event than you did for placing higher in a larger event.
Well, and realize that I had to go 5-0 on the first day, and I was one of the early entrants in.
So hold on.
Many people.
What did Dan get? Now, mind you, Dan top 8'd an alliance.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
If memory serves, Dan got a playmat.
It is a playmat, yes.
A Vaultmaster 25 deck. And a Vaultmaster 24 deck. If I remember correctly.
This is Alliance. Okay, so I can say Sydney with her Alliance top 8 had a Vaultmaster 25, Vaultmaster 24, and the pin, and then the mat.
Oh yeah, you got a pin too.
That was hers. And then Dan's World Alliance was Vaultmaster 25, Vaultmaster 24, the pin. And then my second place was the Vaultmaster 25, Vaultmaster 24, Vaultmaster 23 in the pin.
So you got better prizing in the team event than you did for being in Worlds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or and not only Worlds, but being in Worlds and making top 8, which is like that's a real accomplishment to go ahead and
not according to Ghost Galaxy.
Well, it was unfortunate.
It was
I think
weird. Like,
yeah, I think this was the biggest mistake that they had.
Yeah, like the prizing for Second Amber was like better.
Yes.
So Second Ember, right? You get your blue tickets. Now it's random, so you're not getting in volume. But the cool thing was they were handing out. They had a box full of geotagged VM25 decks from all the different Vault Tours locations, like including international ones, and so you could just win a geotag deck from a various place, which honestly what they should have done for Worlds is like if you win Worlds you should just get a geotag deck VM25 from every location, right? Like that would be kind of cool, and maybe 2 of them if you're winning, maybe I don't know, like but yeah, no, instead said there was less. So so interestingly enough, so Daniel V, right, the guy, great guy from Spain who came out, and we actually from KeyForge, right, we hung out with him.
Oh yeah, we're honorary members of KeyForge now. Suck it, Chad.
Yeah, we hung out with him quite a bit over the weekend. So he had to run to catch his flight. So he's like, "Here, take my blue ticket." So I was like, "Okay." So actually, the number got called. So I got a Vietnam geotag deck, and then
we better open that. That's a banger right there.
So like the couple next to me, I assume they were a couple actually. They were always together, and I guess I don't actually know they're a couple, but from Germany they also win. But then the deck they get is like from Germany, and they were like, "How did we end up with the one from Germany? we're from Germany." And I was like, I'll trade you because I don't care which international deck I get. So yeah, I gave him the Vietnam deck and I got a Germany one. So now I got a Germany Vault.
Is it in German?
No, should be in English.
It's in English?
Yeah, no, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, okay.
I will say our last chance qualifier, boys, had 130 people. The World's Open for Sealed had 113, and then you had the 24 playing in the Sealed. So for a 113 person event to get 3 decks, like we had seen first place last year, was that not 2 boxes? And then second place got a box.
Yep.
Like to go all the way down to essentially scraps of here's 1, 1, and 1. I mean, I had people tell me that I should have just sent it back and said, you obviously need this more than I do. But yeah, that one was a pretty big hit. I don't know what happened and what the mistake was, but
they sold too many. I will guarantee
if you need to put in
too many.
If you need to put
boxes on boxes of Vaultmaster 24. They had piles of them in the back. And I will tell you, you were allowed to buy 3, but there were tons of people who were like, I can't remember if it was Lokakar who came to me and told me, he's like, I just went and bought some and they didn't punch my tag. So
24.
like, yeah, for 24.
Not for 25.
No,
it's
is it?
Yeah.
No, it's for 25. The green ones, yeah, this year.
No. They didn't
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you right now, you were able to buy 3 and then they were supposed to punch your badge.
Yeah,
I don't think
some employees forget.
And I don't think some people were getting their badges punched. Yeah. Lokar just said he bought 5 Vaultmaster 25 decks.
Yeah. There were 30 boxes that were there. And I will say I appreciate that Marcus really went ahead and was able to convince them to produce this, because when I was trying to set up for Sealed, it was not an option. And not only that, but these were KFC exclusive Vault Master 25. So they actually were No, but they were geotag.
Which is really cool. Yeah.
That is really cool. Like, that's what we want,
Yeah.
is for an event to have it.
Yep.
Hey, I went to Worlds. This is it. So awesome job on that. We got to publicize and let people know, not figure it out. But we need to have some pricing that's set aside. That was sad. I'm still happy. I mean, I how can you really complain when you have access to Worlds and you did as well as you did? But if you fight through a large group,
Archons Corner will find a way. Let's talk. Headed home. Well, let's head home to head home. I need to get some CP.
Well, we went Ewok, local car, X-ray, myself. We went to get some ramen. That was pretty good.
Yes,
good ramen.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was actually the first dinner that I had that whole. Once I made it there Wednesday night, I did not have dinner Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that I got to do better with my boys.
So GG, here's what you should do. You have that food truck come for lunch, but you give us an hour for lunch. So like we can totally just walk to Bisant or one of those other places, get lunch and come back. Like that's easy. Dinner's the hard one because they seem to want to roll directly into like
whatever's coming next.
So like you need the food truck there for dinner.
Yeah.
Like
what we did,
I would have used it.
Yeah,
I will tell you,
Thursday night.
Still the problem I feel is like
Thursday
timing.
night. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about
because
that.
we
Thursday
eat
night
at
we
like
rolled into
9 o'clock, right? We eat at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it's like we get in there at like 10, and then by like 1, it's like, all right, we're doing lunch, and it's like, really, right away? It's like you play 2 rounds and then it's lunchtime right away. It's like now, it just feels too quick. I don't know.
Dinner's the problem.
So
I think.
with the keynote and Meet the Ghosts, we are staying for that. So I see why others left. Friday, it was Draconian Measures. And then Saturday, I was blessed to be able to be in for Worlds. So I stayed in order to play the top 8 and then top 4 in the finals. So again, this is all a really good thing, but it really meant that there was not going to be dinner. So I really enjoyed the ramen. I really did. And it was fun hanging out.
Yep.
We left quickly.
And we left.
Me and Dan left quickly. We got the hell out of there. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. It was time to go. I knew I had to be in early on Monday. I was not interested in staying any longer than I had to.
Yeah.
So as soon as an opportunity came to get the fuck out of there, I got out. And boy, was it needed. Got home, got myself a nice bit of sleep. That was much needed. Even though I did not drink nearly as heavy as I have in years past, I was still sleepy.
That's okay.
I did. I drank.
The most important thing, we found out that Wookiee snores less if we put him on the floor.
Yep.
So here going forward, he is now forever put on the floor.
Yep. We just need to buy a air mattress because
Nope. I don't want to snores. Just on the floor.
Nope. I need the air mattress because I needed that for my back that night because my back was really giving me issues because of the limping all day. But I was like, yeah, I need the hard ass floor to like realign my back, which it totally did. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, I need like an air mattress. Even maybe one of those just like those camping pads. Just a little something to soften that floor, just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all I'm asking. Just a little. Not terrible.
Well, I will say that the community events, the community cards were a huge hit. I think that overall KFC went well. Overall, I actually like seeing Meet the Ghosts and the keynote on that Thursday night. I thought that we had minimal issues overall. Except for pricing. Pricing was probably the biggest failure that we saw, and it was pretty substantial. But if that's it only impacts a couple individuals. I'd still like to see more pricing just given out in general for fellowship awards. People who are like, "Hey, you showed up." But it makes you feel good, man. If you lost and you're out and you're in, like right there that day for Second Amber, here you go. Here's a pin. Here's a deck. things of that sort. That I did put in that I wanted to see fellowship awards or prizing for teams in the team event. Because if you lose the first round, you feel like you're out and okay, I've nothing really to play for outside of just the fun. But if you throw in a deck or two, so in this case it'd be 3 decks for a couple teams. It's a good win. Okay, I lost. I can't get the big prize, but I have a deck and it's something to go on for. I like that idea. It keeps morale up, and that's something we could do better with. But if that's really the worst of it, only a couple of us were hit for it. It is what it is. So overall, really, really fun, wonderful weekend.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun hanging out with folks, going to food, going to have some drinks, playing KeyForge. It was a good time. It was a good time.
All right, so moral of the story, get your asses to KFC. It's always a good spot. Nobody's angry. Yeah. Nobody's angry at KFC. The only championship that really meant anything this weekend was the Whirly Ball Championship, which we'll be defending champions. That's okay. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Next year's Whirly Ball Worlds.
Well, congratulations to the winners, right?
Yeah, well,
Seal,
you.
Dave C, Archon, Willie 510, Alliance, Ellimac, and of course, Wookie. Congratulations on your Whirly Ball win.
Yeah, no, it was a huge win. Really, it was done by all. We had a good team out there on the Whirly Ball court that day, and we just had the vision.
Is it a rink?
Rink, yeah, maybe,
what they call
maybe it is.
Court?
Yeah, nobody really understood why I took Luke, because I got asked a couple questions on it. I'm like, dude, the guy's like 6'10".
He's tall.
He fucking reaches and touches the goddamn scoreboard. Why would I not take him?
Yeah.
I was like, we may have our differences on cards, but I need him to shoot some goals. And then my job was basically to just hit other bumper cars. And our game plan was executed flawlessly.
I'm glad that you were able to execute. I will say for our open winners, being able to get access and Vargas taking first for Archon Open, Panic second. So both qualifying for next year. And I think Vargas, if I'm correct, that does give him each of the trophies. So pretty sweets there.
Yeah.
And then for the Alliance Open, you had Dorian 11 who took first and Miggy for second. So shout out to all the top twos qualifying for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't go on any vault tours, you assholes. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I said that aloud. Some of us
this is a lot of swears here, a lot of donations.
There's a lot of donations.
Honestly, even qualifying for next year, vaults are a wonderful experience. And so it takes some of the stress off. But no, there'll be lots of reasons to go and play and to have fun. It was a little weird not to have the listing for the first vault or any vaults for next year. That was part of the...
Did we have that last year?
Yeah, we heard that we were going to go to Rose. Was it Roseville? That was 2 years ago. And so this year, was it Baltimore? Well, 2 years ago, then we had it. So last year, did we not?
I thought I didn't think we had it till January. I could be wrong on that one though.
Yeah. We'll have to see where the events are. But
I honestly don't remember. But yeah, we'll have to see where they are next year.
I know last year it came out much earlier than it did previously.
Yeah. Well, that was 2
helps
years
people
ago.
to plan.
Right. 2 years ago, it came out really quick. But hopefully, in 4 to 6 key weeks, we get our vault tour schedule so we can start planning and see how things go. But with that being said, it was a great time, fun had by all, and we will see you all next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the forge be with you.
Somebody want to grump for Dan?
When that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see